Youthworks College grew during the first 10 years. The staff team grew. Andy, Kerry and Graham were the foundation of the team. I joined the faculty, Jim French joined, and then Mike Southern. The college became more accepted in the diocese, and Youthworks graduates could become ordained. Conferences began that developed robust theological thinking about kids and youth ministry. Year 13 developed from college. Children's ministry grew in prominence, and online education meant that regional Christians could be strengthened in their theological foundation.
It was pretty clear that we needed to expand the size of the team, expand the expertise of the team. Working with Andy was one of the greatest gifts of my life. Transformative experience to have the privilege of spending those years with him. Almost every day we spent together. We knew that we needed a female on our faculty. More than half of our students were female, which is pretty unusual for theological colleges. Back then, pretty unusual for theological colleges even today. And so Kerry joined. And so it was the Kerry, Andy, Graham show. It was wonderful. People talked about us as the head, heart and hands of Youthworks College. We really loved working together. I think we really love each other. And again, you know, that's one of the things about children's and youth ministry that we know, isn't it? The strength of your team is the strength of your ministry. And the strength of Youthworks College, well, it was the strength of that faculty team and the relationships in it.
One of the words that really comes to my mind when I think about college and my time at college was innovation. We were really seeking to help students of any academic background to be equipped to serve in their churches. And because of that, we did teach subjects that were very practical, but we also did lots of specialised teaching, and that was just such a gift to the church, I think, and to the Diocese of Sydney. One year at college, we had such a high number of graduates from high school who came to study. And there was about 15 of them, and it was lovely to have them in the mix, but we realised that there was a difference between having someone come straight from school to Youthworks College and someone who's actually had some life experience. We realised over some reflection that it would be great to put the Year 13s together.
We really had an opportunity to do something that was focused in on discipleship for that particular age and stage. We were there from Thursday afternoon through to the end of Friday. And so Thursday night we'd be here, we'd have dinner. I'd bring my two little girls who are now old and married and have done Year 13. And we would sit out here and this would be kind of like our family dinner on a Thursday night. And they got to see all the students and the students got to see them. And we really, really had that family feel. I think that if we hadn't invented Year 13, someone would do it. It just makes so much sense. We know that particular age of 18 is such a pivotal moment in a person's life. You read all the work that they talk about with gap year programs. These are the people who actually make a living out of education, and they're actually trying to run universities and doing all this sort of stuff. And they're saying, we really appreciate it when a person's done a gap year and they've had everything settled down, and then they're able to make some sensible decisions about the future. So it's certainly not a year off, it's not a waste of a year. But in that gap, there's so much that we can place. There's so much that we can do to invest deeply in the students from our church.
There was a time when we had a conversation with the Presbyterian Church to combine the resources that we had with them to become a partnership, and it was called the Timothy Partnership. And we were able to work together to create some online programs. And now we're talking quite a long time ago, before online learning was a norm, and it was a lot of work, a lot of extra work to take those subjects online.
There were some difficult years between 2009 and 2015. There were cuts to the college funding, a drop in student numbers, the resignation of our founding principal Graham, and the death of a beloved lecturer, Andy Stirrup. This left the college in a precarious position. What would the future hold?
You know, student numbers came under pressure, and it was all wrapped up around the GFC and the financial crisis in the diocese. So significant cuts to funding. That was a stressful number of years. Too many spreadsheets. I shut my eyes and I can see the spreadsheets. And again, you know, the team was so committed to being together, and not just being together, being part of what this college was doing and still had promised to do. You know, people talking about, look, what if I just went 4 days a week or 3 days a week? What if we cut our, you know, allowances? Everybody was trying to keep this thing going. Andy was so wonderful to work with. He had such an expertise, such a commitment. I had resigned from the college and had finished mid-2013. And it was January 2014 that Andy died. We were at CMS for summer school and staying with family, and I remember just going out to the car and getting a phone call. I think I was a bit in shock at first, and then, but I got, you know, we go off to summer school at Katoomba. I parked my car on the Oval, and I think it was Emma Collette just ran up, and we just, you know, we embraced and broke down. And there were so many of you who were at Katoomba that day, and we got together at morning tea. Glenn Davies was there, and he prayed with us. And yeah, you know, we lost somebody who we loved. I think we also were really quite scared for the future of the college. I'd resigned, and now Andy had been taken, and you know, what would the future be?